I got a little bit of news
Really?
about celebrities in the biz today. And because another big name, recently retired pro athlete, has entered the legal cannabis arena. And this time it's the class of 2026 NBA Hall of Fame ballot eligible Carmelo Anthony, the 6'7" swingman and New York native. Played 19 years in the league for 6 different teams and was a 10-time All-Star, racked up plenty of accolades, though he never got a chance to win it all. But now he does, and it's going to be in cannabis. Now he's got a little extra time on his hands. The noted investor is looking to follow up on recent success in the wine industry, making a big splash in cannabis, adding to his growing list of off-court ventures. According to Market.com, Anthony has been named the headline speaker of MJ BizCon, scheduled to speak on December 4th at the Las Vegas Convention Center, where he'll be sharing his own insights and experiences from his cannabis ventures. I mean, other than seeing him out supporting his close friend, fellow NBA retiree and weed biz dabbler, Dwayne Wade, at the launch of his project with Jeter a couple of years, I really didn't know. I personally didn't know he'd been in the game long enough to really merit a top speaker spot at MJ Biz. But hey, it's MJ Biz, so I'll leave it at that. Try to keep it positive. Per the article, one of me, you, Jenny, and Jason, we were there, weren't we? At D Wade's launch at Jeter? I think
yes,
so.
we were.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Hell
time.
Yeah, we had a great time.
I didn't think of that when I was writing this. All right, so per the article, one of the Anthony's key projects is Grand National, a cannabis-focused agency he co-founded with Jesse Orton, CEO of Loud Cannabis, and Brandon Jude Jordan Pierce. Marcus says that Grand National is dedicated to supporting cannabis companies that emphasize culture, community, and quality cultivation. Anthony's agency is also launching a platform for his personal cannabis brand, of course, called Stay Me 70 Canna S. Weird name, but
that's a weird ass name.
Weird name.
Stay Me 70?
Stay Me 70 Canna S.
Pay me to speak at BizCon is what it sounds like to me, Rico.
Worked.
I'm staying positive. I'm staying positive here, Jenny. Beth. So before
sounds like he's trying to
cannabis,
soup up that weed. Sounds like he's trying to soup up that weed. Give it a Gran Turismo, Grand Smokerismo.
All right, let me finish. Hold the comments. Before stepping into cannabis, Anthony says he took a thoughtful approach, studying the industry in depth to ensure he was well prepared for the commitment, and it has paid off. Stay Me 70 will be also given back to the community in partnership with New Project, where half the brand's profits will go to nonprofit organizations. They didn't name the organizations, but I'm going to remain positive here until we hear otherwise. Hopefully he has learned a bit from watching the missteps from fellow ringless journeyman Chris Webber. But I digress. Mello had this to say. Over the years, I was studying it, paying attention to the industry, seeing where it was going, the trajectory, taking in the feedback, and given all the research, why not do it? Talk about the benefits of cannabis, what to consume, how to consume. That's the end of the quote. Wise words.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So
short and sweet.
Wow.
This is not Anthony's first business venture. In 2022, he launched the Seventh Estate, a wine brand, after realizing his personal spending on wine had become substantial. So hopefully with Stay Me 70 and Grand National, the NBA legend will be making enough cash to never have to pay for weed again, too. As a former athlete myself, I absolutely love seeing former big name pros making themselves visible in the industry, as it further normalizes cannabis culture, whether it's on the wellness, business, or lifestyle sides of the game. One of the worst kept secrets of all time in basketball world was put on Front Street last year when Kevin Durant spilled the beans, claiming the majority of the league smoked weed anyways, so why not? Congrats to on the keynote. I wish Carmelo Anthony success with all that he does in cannabis. One of my favorite all-time Melo moments was early on in his career when he became controversially synonymous with the Stop Snitching movement, pushing back on informants and protecting those who did the same for him growing up in Baltimore. So big ups, to those who keep their mouth shut. Hopefully he can
snitching.
put some of those cats on that he came up with on the legal side of things, and they can do some winning together. I'm Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for Hide 9 News, and I'm staying positive. I'll leave it up to y'all. Set the comments. Come on with them.
You want me to do that
Well,
thing I do? This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. I know that BizCon has been falling off as far as attendance, as far as whatever, and they've been trying their. Stop it. They're doing a seed swaggle. My dog's pissed off too. They're doing a seed
Selling
swaggle
tickets.
this year to try to bring people in and selling stuff. And yeah, they're trying to sell tickets. And what better way to sell tickets than Carmelo Anthony? I don't know that he's been in cannabis long enough to speak on it, but God bless. I guess now he won't be paying $300 an ounce anymore, so he can drink for free, smoke for free. This is stupid. All right.
why you gotta hate on the former Denver Nug? He's an original
I'm not
nug.
hating
He's
on,
an
I'm not
original
hating on
nug.
him. I'm hating on the questionable business practices of the new owners of MJ Biz Daily.
I mean, her demeanor is not enrolling, but her message is not wrong, right? And so the thing is that to have somebody be the keynote speaker for their star power, arguably, is a way to fill seats, but it doesn't mean that they're going to provide an in-depth perspective of an industry that they're just now stepping into. His company needs a branding exercise. And I wish him the best. There's been great success. Viola's a great example of an NBA star transitioning in and making a positive splash.
Also a Denver Nugget. I have to push back 1 second here on that comment, Yarrow, because how many of these Chads and Brads came in here and got keynote speaking positions when they haven't done shit in the industry?
Yep.
How many?
Like you haven't
That's
heard
true.
the Academy Awards or
Star power is important in American
The
culture,
only
right?
difference
We
is
idolize
not
our
having to pay
stars,
for
our
his, we hope.
athletes. Wanna
Look,
fill
everyone
seats.
has to pay in the cannabis industry one way or the other. We all know that. No one gets away unscathed.
Hey, how many
No
Chads and
one
Brads
gets
came in here
away.
like, oh, I did such and such in this industry that failed, and now I'm in cannabis and I'm getting millions of dollars as a CEO, and I'm going to speak to y'all. What about John fucking Boehner? How about that? How about that?
I refuse to watch him speak because I knew it'd be a zero benefit exercise. And you're right that there's also an argument that people have had substantial success outside of cannabis can bring in that mindset that has helped them to be successful in other things. So it is true that this is not a new playbook that they're coming from. It will be the first year that I don't go to MJ Biz in probably almost the last decade, not because of who the keynote speaker is, but just because I'd rather go to the tropics. But I do think the name of his brand is ripe for a refresh already. And the thing about giving away 50% of your profits to important causes is if you're in regulated cannabis, that might not be a very big number.
Very, very true. What were you trying to say, Jenny?
And I think that there's no only difference here is he's not paying.
Your sound is not.
So
not
I don't
good.
even do pay to play speaking. Well, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's a lot better now.
I want y'all to hear me when I make this fucking complaint.
Verizon?
I mean, the only difference is the Chads are paying to play. No, cock. Boss the cock. So yeah, I think it's gross. I don't think all stages with pay-to-play speakers. I think that pay-to-play muddies the waters, and people who are speaking on merit should not speak with pay-to-play. But I also think shame on you, BizCon, because you guys have always tried to set yourself out as a thought leader and as a business leader. And how dare you charge people for these sessions? Because remember, it's an extra fucking ticket to go listen to the speaker sessions at MJ BizCon and
Is
not
it really?
have someone who knows what they're talking about speaking to people.
Are you
Shame on you.
serious?
Yeah, it is. You have to pay for the session separately.
Get out
I'm
of
dead
here.
ass serious.
You're more angry at
Heart attack.
MJ BizCon than you are.
To be fair,
I'm
I think
not mad at Carmelo Anthony. I'm fine with him. He's taking an opportunity that was given to him to launch a brand. He'd be stupid not to do that. I'm mad at all these pay-to-play speaking engagements that are touting out people. That's how people jump into the industry and in 5 years are experts. No, you're not. Kiss my ass. Sorry.
To be fair, MJ Biz Daily has very few choices these days of people jumping in the industry that they can attach themselves to. I mean, look, I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like they are there to do that. They're there to grasp and clasp onto anybody with a name that could come in that could spin the rhetoric of cannabis in a new light. And that is MJ Biz Daily's job, is to do that and to keep people coming to their shows. So I get it. I get what you're saying. However, it is pretty cool to go see Carmelo Anthony talk about how he avoided all the possession charges while he was in the league. I would be interested to go and see that. I would definitely be interested.
I mean, I'll
If
tell
So
that's
how
what
he
he's
avoided a
telling us, then
championship
sure,
ring.
I'll-
All those
I mean,
years.
what else are you going to talk about? You know, he's going to talk about his experience.
I just have
Hey,
a
if you
question.
Talk about how he avoided a championship ring all those years.
Rico, you said that his thing is a branding agency.
It just says an agency.
Yeah, it sounds like a branding agency, and I'll tell you what, his branding
little details
agency
about anything that he's doing.
his branding
Other than that
agency
long-ass name.
his branding agency to me already sounds like it's destined to fail if you already hear the name of his brand.
Hey, but here's the thing. If anybody has
just got the
links, I think if anybody has links, I might have a connect that can get through to Mello. I hope the keynote is all about not snitching. And
That would be great.
It's got him the success that he is, to the platitudes that he's reached, and everywhere that he's been in his life. And it all goes back to, I think it was like his rookie year, maybe his second year in the league. Everybody wrote him off and said, "You can't be doing this, blah, blah, blah." He's saying, "Stop snitching." No, fuck that. Fuck informants. Keep your mouth shut.
Hey, I'll tell
And
you what.
Okay,
You know
wait.
what? On the other end of
I
the
just got the
equation,
email.
you can win too.
I'll tell you
System.
what. I'll tell you what. You know what would have been a way better name for his brand, Rico?
What's that?
Carmelo.
Ooh.
That would have been a way
Love
better
that.
brand for his weed brand.
I don't hate that, Jason.
We should hire you.
He's
like
not
that.
actually-
Mellow
He's
Karma.
not actually giving a speech. It's a panel of the three of them, four of them, excuse me, being moderated by Zoe Wilder, gets a trio's proven playbook on how to succeed in the cannabis industry.
How are you supposed
That
to
is
tell
what it's
people how to
about.
succeed when you have no successes yet?
He's been successful. So,
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't even.
part.
That's
Now that
ridiculous.
part.
That's crazy.
hey man, I'm all for it though. I'm all for it. Get your money, black man. And I love all of my white brethren and sisterin out there, but y'all been getting this fucking free shit forever. It's time we get it too. So
Oh
go
boy,
ahead,
all
Mel.
this extraness. We're going to a commercial. We're going to be right back.
Shout out former
Yeah, baby.
right there.